Hello, distinguished viewers all over the world. Welcome once again to Simplified Maths class. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. But if you have not subscribed, please, we beg of you, simply click on the red subscribe and then on the notification bell. God bless you as you do that. In our last slide, we treated the equation of a line part 1, where we did a lot of important things as regards equation of a line. If you were not around when we did that, please kindly search for the slide equation of a line part 1 and go through it before you come to slide 2. And here in our slide 2, we have some problems, the concluding part. We will simply be solving the equation of a line that passes through two given points, and then we'll go into parallel and perpendicular lines. All right, so you can be asked to find the equation of a line that passes through maybe two given points. Now let's say 3 and 2 and 4 and minus 5. All right, so we have to find the equation of a line that passes through this. All we simply have to do first and foremost is to find the slope of this line. Of course, this is your x1, y1, and then this is your x2, y2. And the slope, which is given as the ratio of rise to run. The ratio of rise to run. Of course, which is the change in the y-axis is the rise, and then the change in the x-axis is the run. Okay, so the slope is y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. That's the slope. So y2 we have minus 5 minus y1, which is 2, all over x2 is 4 minus x1, which is 3. So we are going to have the slope to be equals to minus 5 minus 2 is minus 7, y4 minus 3 is 1. Therefore, the slope is equals to minus 7. All right, so that's what the slope is. So after getting the slope, the required equation, of course, will be y minus y1 is equals to the slope into x minus x1. All right, so y minus, what is our y1? 2 is equals to the slope we just calculated, minus 7 into x minus x1, which is 3. Okay, so take note of that, which means the required equation will be y minus 2 is equals to minus 7 into x minus 3. So let's expand this. So y minus 2 will be equals to minus 7 times x is minus 7x. Minus 7 times minus 3 is a positive 21. So we are going to have y now will be equals to minus 7x plus 21. Minus 2 will cross to be plus 2. So y will be equals to minus 7x plus 21 plus 2 will give us 23. And that is the equation of the line that passes through this given point. Please take, if you are to find the equation of the line that passes through two given points, the slope is known. All you need to do is to compute the slope, the ratio of the rise to the run. After getting the slope, you now put it in the required equation, which is y minus y1 is equals to the slope m into x minus x1, and you will get the required equation. All right, so we are going to go into parallel lines, and then before we take perpendicular lines, because sometimes you are asked to find the equation of a line that passes through a particular point if it is parallel to a given line or perpendicular to a given line. So parallel lines. Now you have to note that parallel lines are lines that have equal slopes. Are lines that have equal slopes. Please take note of that. So parallel lines are lines that have equal slopes. So if two lines are said to be parallel, it means that M1 must be equals to M2 for two parallel lines. All right. So if two lines are parallel, their slopes are equal. So it means that the slope of one is unaffected by the slope of the other. The two slopes are the same. Okay, so take for instance, if they say find the equation of a line, that passes through that passes through, let's say 2 and minus 1, that passes through 2 and minus 1, if it is parallel to another given line, if it is parallel to, let's say, 2y is equals to 3x plus 5. Alright, so we want to find the equation of a line that passes through that point and is parallel to this. So the first thing you need to do is to bring out the point 2y is equals to 3x plus 5, so that will make y the subject of formula. Y will be 3x plus 5 all divided by 2. So your y will be 3 over 2x, 3 over 2 of x plus 5 over 2. Now, from the equation of the line, you can now see that the slope is a coefficient of x. So it means our m1 is equals to 3 all over 2. But what we need is m2. So for parallel lines, for two lines that are parallel, we say that m1 is equals to m2. For two lines that are parallel, m1 must equals m2. Therefore, it means that m2 will be equals to 3 all over 2, since m1 is already 3 all over 2. So we are going to apply this now to the formula to get the equation of the line we are looking for. Therefore, the required equation, of course, will be y minus y1 is equals to the slope into x minus x1. Please take note of that. And the point they have given you here is x1 and y1. Don't forget that. So we are going to have y minus, what is the y1? Minus 1. So minus 1 will change this sign to become plus 1. Is equals to the slope of the second line, 3 all over 2. 3 all over 2 into x minus x1. And what is our x1? 2. So we record it there, 2. So we are going to have y plus 1 is equals to 3 over 2 times x is 3 all over 2x. Then 3 all over 2 times minus 3. That will give us a negative 3. 3 over 2 times minus 2. This 2 cancels this. Minus and 3. That's what you have there. Please don't forget. Alright, so we are going to have y now will be equals to 3 all over 2x minus 3. This plus 1 will cross to be a minus 1. So we are going to have y is equals to 3 over 2x. 3 all over 2x minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4. Alright, so the required equation will be this. Alright, so we are going to make this over 1 and find the LCM. So our LCM here will be 2. 2 into 2 is 1. 1 times 3x will give us 3x minus 1 into 2 is 2. 2 times this will give us 8. So we are going to have the equation now to be equals to this 2 will times y to give us 2y is equals to 3x minus 8. 3x minus 8. So that's the equation of the line that passes through this particular point. You can see, but it passes through this point, but it is parallel to this. So it means that this line now is parallel to this line. That's what it means. So this equation is the one they gave you. The one you're looking for is this. So if you compare the two, you notice that they have the same slopes. And of course, the slope is 3 over 2. 3 over 2, that's the slope, even though the two lines are two different lines. So that is how we handle problems that involves parallel lines. Alright, so in the same vein, if we are to find the equation of a line that passes through a given point and is perpendicular to another point, it is the same thing we are going to do, but this time around we have to note the condition for two lines that are perpendicular, because two lines, if they are perpendicular, the function changes. Alright, so let's try for perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines. Now, note that two lines are said to be perpendicular. If two lines are perpendicular, if two lines are perpendicular, it therefore means that the product of their slopes will be equals to minus 1. The product of their slopes equals minus 1. We mean that if two lines are said to be perpendicular, therefore m1 multiplied by m2 will give us minus 1. Don't forget this. M1 times M2 will give us minus 1. And by change of subject or formula, therefore, M2 will be equals to minus 1 divided by M1. Please don't forget that. Alright, that's for perpendicular lines. So they can say find the equation of a line. Find the equation of a line that passes through, maybe that passes through, let's say 3 and minus 2, and perpendicular to another line. And perpendicular to another line. Perpendicular to another line. Okay, maybe perpendicular to 2y minus 3x plus 2 is equals to 0. Okay, so we want to find the equation of a line that passes through this point and is perpendicular to this. Alright, so we have to bring out this to find the slope. Solution, we have to bring out this to find the slope. So we have 2y minus 3x plus 2 is equals to 0. We want to find 2y now will be equals to minus 3x will cross to be a positive 3x. Plus 2 will cross to be a negative 2. We want to make y the subject of formula. Y will be equals to 3x minus 2 divided by 2. So which means our y will be equals to 3 over 2x. 3 over 2x minus 2 over 2 minus 2 all over 2. Okay, now the coefficient of that x now becomes the slope. Therefore, m1 is the slope, which is 3 all over 2. So if we've gotten the first slope, we can be able to know the second slope. All right, and we have said that for the two lines to be perpendicular, m1 times m2 must always give us minus 1. We have gotten m1, we are looking for m2, which we are to use to solve the problem, so that our m2 will be equals to minus 1 divided by m1. So our m2 will be equals to minus 1 divided by, what's the m1? 3 over 2. Alright, so we are saying first and foremost, you have to inverse 3 all over 2. If you are looking for minus 1 over 3 over 2, it means the inverse of 3 over 2, which is 2 all over 3. And then we'll apply the negative sign. Why? Because the inverse of 3 over 2 would have just given you 2 all over 3. Now the inverse, the minus here means we should apply a minus sign. So that is the line that is perpendicular to this. And don't forget, if you take m1 and multiply by m2, if you multiply this by this, you have a minus 1. If you say 3 over 2 times minus 2 over 3, if you times, you should have minus 1. So it means the two lines are perpendicular. So we are going to use this now to find the required equation of the line that we have been asked to find. As simple as it is. So we can now say the required equation we are looking for will be y minus y1 is equals to the slope into x minus x1. That's the required equation. So of course this is your point x1 and this is your point y1. So we are going to have y minus, what is our y1? Minus 2. Minus 2 changes this sign to become plus 2. Is equals to the slope of the second line, which is minus 2 all over 3 into x minus, what is our x1? 3. So we have 3. So that is the required equation we are looking for. So we are going to have y plus 2 will be equals to minus over 3 times x is minus 2 all over 3x. Minus 2 over 3 times minus 3 will give us a positive 2. Minus 2 all over 3 times a negative 3. This crosses this. Minus 2 times minus 1 will give us positive 2. So we have that as our result. So we are going to collect like terms. So our y will be equals to minus 2 all over 3x plus 2. This positive 2 crosses to be minus 2. So we are going to have y to be equals to minus 2 all over 3x. 2 minus 2 will give us 0. Please don't forget that. Alright, so we are having that our y is equals to minus 2 all over 3 of x. The 0 is not relevant. So we want to make the subject of formula, we'll make this over 1 and cross multiply. 3 times y will give us 3y is equals to 1 times this will give us minus 2x. Alright, so that is the equation of the line that passes through this point and is perpendicular to this line. it is perpendicular. It therefore means that if you're looking for the slope of this and you find the slope of this, when you multiply, you have -1. That's how you know you're correct. Okay, so if you're looking for the slope of this, that'll be -2/3. That will be the slope. So that'll be -2 all over 3. So multiply by the slope of this one. The slope of this is 3 all over 2. 3 all over 2. If you multiply, you see that you're having -1 as your result. Okay, so it means that this is the equation of the line that passes through this point and it is perpendicular to this. So all you need to do is to pick this line and look for the slope. After that, you apply for perpendicular lines. The second slope will be -1 divided by this. You get your result. So you use this in the required equation and find the equation of the line where y1 and x1 are already given as the points. It is that simple. So anytime you're asked to find the equation of lines that passes through perpendicular or parallel lines, you follow this format, you will do it very well. All right, so thank you for watching our slide. And please, if you have not subscribed, we are still pleading that please click on the red subscribe and then on the bell notification. And God bless you as you do that. See you in our next slide, Simplified Maths class. God bless you and have a nice day.